Hello, everyone. My name is Crotchammer. We're going to be bringing you a cast here alongside of Smob. We're going to start out with the introductions here. Here at the 12 o'clock position is our Terran player. His name is Select. And we're going to go down now to the 3 o'clock position, going to our Protoss player. This is going to be Huck. Here the tags are Liquid Huck, but now we all know he is part of Team EG.
Traitor.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Traitor.
Traitor, I know. What are you going to do?
Out. I suppose I would have done it too.
I think most people would have made that choice as well, considering he dug deep into their pocketbooks. Anyway, so now we have the introductions out of the way. This is going to be game one from the BlizzCon Invitational between these two players, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to do any spoiler alerts, but everyone knows who won that complete entire tournament. Anyway, what do you have to say?
Looks like Slut's going for some kind of wall off to begin with, which is actually really annoying nowadays for Protoss. Protoss really has to worry about that new 1-1-1 strategy that the Koreans have popularized. It's really strong, and if you don't actually prepare for it the correct way and have a good execution, you could just lose to it. So I like that Select is walling off. That gives him a lot of options, and it also kind of gets in Huck's head a little bit. I mean, the fear of that 1-1-1 is going to be there.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of forces the Protoss to consider going in that heavy investment of getting a Robo Bay first. And considering we're here in close air positions, Select's going to have that choice of going quick dropship, which can completely go and screw with the Protoss players. Seen it time and time again. So yeah, looks like so far we just got the basic builds going. Huck looks like maybe setting up kind of a SimCity here with that second pylon, trying to, because he knows that the drop play is going to be kind of...
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed a lot of Protoss players are doing nowadays, is as opposed to having their pylons all spread out throughout their base, they're keeping them right close to their nexus, so that way if there is any kind of drops, they're not going to lose those pylons at all. That's actually... you lose a little bit of vision when you do that, but it saves a little bit of minerals. You don't want to lose pylons, especially later in the game. Getting supply block right before a big battle can actually lose you the game.
Yeah, definitely. And I noticed that he also put that down after he had scouted that he definitely was close to air positions, as this is most likely MLG Shattered Temple, so there's only those two spots that you have to choose from to scout to.
So Select now has the full wall off. Looks like he's going to be going for a 1 Rax expand. There it goes down. Huck is going for the 2 gas, probably going for his normal 2 gas expansion build that he likes a lot. It's a stylistic choice for him. I don't know of a lot of other Protoss players that do it, but it does work out for him. It allows him to expand and start his tech rather quickly, which you do need against the 1-1-1. I mean, you actually cannot defend a well-executed 1-1-1 with just one base. So.
Yeah, definitely. We got Select here going, starting to turtle up. He's getting his bunker out up in front, prevent any early stalker harassment there, which can be incredibly annoying considering the range difference between the stalker and the Marine. We got those 3 extra racks going down. Little fumble there. Anyway, got those extra racks going down, so Select can go through and pump out some more Marines and really get his economy up before he selects his tech path. There goes the refineries now. So it looks like we're just going to see a 3 racks expand here from Select.
Yeah, I actually like this move a lot. I think opting to go for that wall off to get in your opponent's head and then going for just a normal bio game is a really good transition from there.
Yeah.
Huck's expansion has started. Select obviously is done now, but it's inside of his base, so he's going to have to move it out. Huck's not going for any kind of weird contain or anything. Select does spot the Nexus, so he's going to feel safe right now. He actually might start teching. He might, move that command center out right away. There's no need to keep it in your base if your opponent's expanding himself.
Yeah, definitely. And keep in mind, looking at Huck's vision here, he still really doesn't know what's going on. He sees that bunker, but at the same time, I mean, that bunker can still be used regardless if he's going for the 1-1-1 or a fast expand.
Right.
Just to be safe. So Huck's still kind of playing in the dark here. So it's kind of not really too surprising for me that he's going for that expansion. Huck is definitely a macro player. I see that all the time from him. He kind of really doesn't care what's going on. He'll still go for that rather fast expansion. And yeah, Select pretty much has a good idea of what Huck's doing. So pretty much he's a Terran player, so he's going to have everything open to him. He's still in good shape here.
Yeah. Looks like Huck is going to go for the robotics tech first. I like this a lot. I think for a while the Templar tech was getting pretty popular, but a lot more Protosses are starting to go back towards the old school style of going Colossus and robotics tech first.
Yeah, definitely. Especially considering he still doesn't know what's going on. He might be going up against siege tanks. Colossus with that 9 range really
Right.
really helped him out with that. Kind of just not allowing the Terran to contain him there, especially considering the chokes here. I know there's a lot of plays where Terran will just go ahead and siege up here in front and kind of prevent the Protoss from moving out and kind of keep him on his toes.
Yeah. One thing I noticed the Huck is doing that is such a good idea that I wish more players would do it, and it doesn't make a lot of sense if you don't, is that he's keeping a lot of his units inside of his main. This protects you from any kind of drops and banshees, and you're totally safe because for the while, up until I guess right now when he's about to lose it, he's had that Zelnaga tower, so there's no attacks coming. There's no reason not to have your units inside your base like that, and I think he's playing super safe, and I think it's going to work out well for him in this game.
Yeah, definitely. There's now he's like basically forcing Huck to bring all of his units up front, as he doesn't know if that attack is coming, but it looks like Select is just going to go through, look for any kind of proxy pylons, and Huck is now going to just go and take that Zelnaga, as Select knows he can't beat that.
Taking the Zelnagas is very important for a Protoss player. They don't have scans, they don't have any quick way of scouting. Making sure they have as much vision as possible is always very important in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an engagement going on here in the center. Select really actually doing pretty well there, only losing 1 Marauder. Huck, though, going to be pushing forward, kind of get Select, see more what's going on. He has those observers in. Select not going to take that scan, get that observer out of there, but going to get a handful of Marines over here with those stalkers, so that's really good. And he's going to be going after that factory.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I've noticed about Huck is he hasn't started this Colossus tech only. It actually looks like he's going for the Twilight Councils. We're probably going to see some Templar tech. Now that he knows that there is no 1/1/1 threat, he can safely transition to Templar. And Huck is actually one of those players that really likes Blink Stalkers in every matchup.
Yeah, definitely. They help out a lot, especially in these positions. You can get a little, have that observer sit up there, and he can get up in the main base where, Select is just here at his choke trying to defend it. And it helps out a lot for him to get any SCVs down, take down any of those important tech structures for the Terran. But of course, it allows Select to go through and just make that bio ball with a little missed shot there on the bunker.
Yeah.
Make that bio ball with just medevac. So that's really, really detrimental too. Just going through and getting up a bunch of Marine Marauders and going through and just taking out the Protoss army, as gateway units just really aren't that strong.
Yeah, definitely. This is a vulnerable spot for Huck, and I think if Select does a little bit of push here and does some damage, or does an attack to this natural, rather, he can actually get a lot of damage done because Huck just doesn't have any tech right now.
Yeah, and actually, Huck there, he's actually going for charge first.
That's an interesting choice. I don't normally see Huck go for charge so early. Usually he likes to go for the Blink Stalkers to kind of shut down any kind of medevac play.
Definitely. Also, it's kind of interesting behind that. He still doesn't have Colossus coming on. Usually, Charge Lots and Colossus are a pretty good mix.
Yeah.
Especially since Select hasn't started Viking production yet. But Select, though, I mean, he's been scanning. He hasn't seen any kind of robotic support base, so it makes sense that he hasn't gone for Vikings.
Right.
Oh, there's the Templar Archives.
Yeah, finally going down is the Templar Archives. So Sux is probably going to start working on some Archons, perhaps some High Templar. He's also taking a third base, so he also has that option of going the Colossus Tech open. That drop's going to get defended by those Stalkers in Huck's main.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's quite enough Stalkers to go through and take out that and just ward it off. Select nothing to be breaking in there.
Select opting to take the gold bases is third, which is pretty safe. I think that because of the medevacs and because of the mobility of the bio army, Select can take this third base without worrying about getting straight up attacked, as where Protoss is going to have to take this further away third base, which is going to put Select ahead a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since he's going heavy racks, he really needs those minerals to keep up with production. Doesn't need as much gas, so I'll definitely help him in case they do a little army trade, and he'll be able to macro up his army a lot quicker than Huck would be able to as well. See what else we got going here. We see that he's there goes the storm. I've seen that he in Archons yet, but he had a ton of High Templars. So
one thing I noticed about Huck right now is he's playing really defensive. All of his units are inside of his base. He doesn't even have any units at his natural at all, except one zealot here and there. But he's really worried about getting his third base secured, and Select's not really doing a lot of pressure. I mean, there's a couple medevacs out, but he's kind of sitting back too.
Yeah, I think these guys both are just. Let's see, where's that eBay? It looks like he's working on level 1's upgrades right now for Select. Getting those ghosts out, it's going to help him a lot.
Yeah.
At this point, he pretty much he knows that he's going Templar tech, so it's going to help.
We're going to have a drop here in the third base. Looks like he's going to do a lot of damage, taking out those photon cannons. You might get this Nexus. Huck's units are semi out of position, although I think the warp in with these stalkers is going to fend off this attack, and Select's going to be forced to retreat.
Yeah, definitely. Look at that pickup there, picking up all of his units. Select is so freaking good at doing ops, and that's exactly why Huck is playing in this defensive meaner, just because he knows that every single second is a threat for Select to go in and drop and take out one of those Nexus. I mean, look at that. That was what, not even two full medevacs.
Yeah, not even two full medevacs. Looks like we might have an engagement here in the middle. Those Templars are out. Oh, those are some good storms. Those are some really good storms. You didn't get EMP'd. There's no feedbacks that went off at all. But I was kind of worried there for Huck's High Templar because they were clumped up and all in front. But ignore that. Yeah. Beginning of the battle started right here. Another really good storm. EMP is going down, but not really landing on the High Templar.
Yeah, actually, High Templar getting some feedbacks off on those ghosts. So
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. He really is. Let's see here. He really needs.
We're gonna have the big battle. I think Select is gonna be forced to attack here soon.
Oh wow.
Huck has kind of used all of his storms.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we go. You know what? I think Select's kind of forced to attack here, but Huck just has such a big army that he really can't win this battle.
Yeah, he's getting Archons now. Look at that. Those bubbles just moving for me. Not sure if that was on purpose or not.
Here we go. This is going to be the attack right here. Well, maybe not. Maybe he's just going to decides he just doesn't want those stalkers. That's an interesting choice from Huck. Not a very normal choice from him to just throw away stalkers like that. But
yeah, I think he really wants to get his money composition out against the bio. Those and Archons along with High Templars with Storm.
Yeah.
He's getting more Archons. Let's see, he's only got 2 on the field now. Now he's got 3. As you can see, though, Select right now definitely winning the money war here with more units out and that high yield up and running.
Yeah, definitely. He's also up a few. What is that now? No, about 7 workers too on Huck, which is kind of weird because normally Protoss should be ahead of Terran and workers. Not even just a few. It should be a commanding lead because of the Chrono Boost.
Yeah, and we can see here though Huck hasn't really used Chrono Boost at all. His main Nexus, the only one that doesn't even have 100 on it, and he's actually currently not making any probes. So
yeah, looks like Huck is going to be switching to the Colossus tech. I like this decision. Late in the game, once the Terran army is almost maxed, if you switch to... Alright, we know we got a drop here going on, but it doesn't look like it's going to be doing too much damage. Huck pulled most of his probes, so that's going to be cleaned up. But like I was saying, if you switch to Colossus in this point of the game, the Terran's not going to have that many Vikings. He's almost unit maxed. I mean, pretty soon he's going to be. And Huck's going to be doing 2 Colossus at once. He's probably not even going to make any more gateway units. Just max out on Colossus at this point.
Yeah, that could be part of his reasoning behind getting rid of those stalkers. Just get that
very true.
Archon and Colossus tech up, and still not researching Thermal Lance, which is going to be something that he definitely needs.
Yeah, that's got to be a mistake. He must just not realize he hasn't started it. He has the resources for it, and that's a very, very, very important upgrade.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely, I completely agree with you. It's huge. It's definitely a smart move. Considering that, yeah, the Terran's maxed out, he's not going to be able to get those critical Vikings out anytime soon. And but with that out Thermal Lance,
oh, here we go. The engagement's going to happen right now. Huck's units are a little bit out of position. Oh no, he's a lot of damage from those EMPs, but I think he's going to have the Zealot count here to take out this army.
We'll see, though. I mean,
they're just popping out, but you know what? Select has a lot of units, but we'll see how much these Colossus affect the battle.
Yeah, they don't have Thermal Lance up yet, so...
Yeah, I don't see Huck defending here. It looks like he's going to go down and expect GG any second. There it is. And looks like this game went to Select.